Myself, Dr. Nilab, and to speak a little bit about myself, I work as a mentor in EdiGlobe. Apart from that, I own a company, Samadhan Life Sciences. You might all be knowing me through my YouTube videos, some of you through my Telegram group, some of you through my WhatsApp groups and all. So I've completed my PhD from BHU, IIT, and I was working in fungal biology, and then I switched over to build up my company that is basically working in the field of edtech. And apart from that, I also from time to time conduct seminars and conduct webinars like this so that I can educate students about what they are lacking in the field of biotechnology. See, I would be talking with you in terms of the experience that I have. I come across 10 to 15 CVs almost on a daily basis. Students talk to me, students communicate with me regarding references, regarding telling them about different opportunities. They ask me for job opportunities, they send me their CVs, and I have a chance because of the work that I'm doing. I have a chance that I get to talk to students, I get to understand their issues, I get to know their documents or watch their documents much more closely. What I have observed during this time frame, I would be talking in terms of that. So I'm definitely 100% sure that after you leave from this session or this webinar, you definitely would have a good idea about what you should be doing and what you should not be doing if you want to approach a career in biotechnology or life sciences. So, having told about myself, I'll be just sharing up a slide. Basically, I would be using that slide to just guide you what I would want as an employer. If you are applying to my company, what I would want from you. I would be just sharing a slide. Most of the times, I would be talking by myself only. You can take photographs of the slide. You can uh, pause me. You can raise up your hands and you can talk to me if you have any questions. I would be opening the session for the question and answers at the end. You can always ask questions over there. However, I would want you to be interactive and ask me questions if you want in between as well. So I would be talking with respect to the job opportunities also. I would be talking with respect to the higher studies also, abroad opportunities also. I would be talking with respect to the CV also. What being a employer, I would want a CV to be to look like. So we would be talking with in terms of a number of things. So I'm sharing up my screen. I would be happy if you could tell me if the screen is visible or not. Just a moment. So yeah, is my screen visible, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Now, just yes. So, as the topic suggests, opportunities, CV writing, job search strategies in biotechnology area. I would be mostly concerned with biotechnology area. Apart from that, I would be touching base with bioinformatics also at places because bioinformatics is a very, very booming field. Very booming field. I've been to countries like Canada, I have been to countries like Netherlands, I've been to Australia, interacted with students over there, and I have a fair bit of idea about what bioinformatics is doing over there. Of course, we are at a comparatively we are at a lower level with these countries, but yes, there is a lot of things I would want to talk about when we start. So first thing first, introduction to biotechnology. So this is a very preliminary slide. I suppose that all of you would be knowing about this, what biotechnology is, and where you should try and search for job opportunities. Now you see, gone are those days when we used to say that biotechnology has nothing. People used to say initially when I came into the field of biotechnology, I heard that biotechnology is a big booming field and you would get whatnot. Then gradually we started to learn that biotechnology is actually not so much booming. But now, I mean, let us say in past 5 years or so, because of the because of the policies of the government, I would ask you not to, please do not touch on the screen. Okay. This will create problems for me in navigation. Okay. So please do not touch your screens and write anything on the screen. Please do not do so. Okay. So after that, in past 5 years or so, government has done a lot of things in the field of biotechnology. The problem is that we are not aware about those things. So in my lecture, in my talk, I would be talking about multiple such things that you can do, that you can make, that you can improve in your career and make your CV look superior. So overview of biotechnology field. So where does biotechnology find its application? In healthcare, in agriculture, in environmental sciences, in industry sectors. Many of us, we do not know where to apply. कहाँ apply करें ये तो पता ही नहीं है. In my experience, multiple students do not understand that they can directly apply to hospitals. Hospitals are a big source where you can, they are big sources of, you see, the government job opportunities that are temporary. I can agree to that, but yes, you can start from there. For example, let me talk about some of the leading hospitals that accept applications from students who are from BSc, who are from BTech, as internship opportunities or as JRF opportunities, as SRF opportunities. I do not know what is a what basically what are the students pursuing over here. They are BSc or BTech, or they are mixed. I suppose that they are mixed students. So for example, in my, the place from where I come, there is a hospital called as SGPGI, Sanjay Gandhi Postgraduate Institute. Every now and then I see opportunities coming from there in different departments, in pathology, in embryology, in uh, clinical psychology, something like those. There are huge opportunities that come from this SGPGI. Apart from that, there is another hospital that is in my area. I do not know about your areas. Of course, I'm just giving you examples from my area. There is another hospital, KGMU, King George Medical University. Again, huge number of opportunities come from here. If I'm talking about Chandigarh, PGI Chandigarh hires a lot of students for internship roles, for different departmental roles, JRF candidates, so on and so forth. Apart from this, let us talk about agriculture. See, there are so many companies in agriculture field that you can apply to. For example, seed companies, for example, fertilizer companies. You can just type in on Google and check out what are the leading fertilizer companies in India. And of course, you can apply to those companies. Basically, fertilizers are basically made with a amalgamation of a little bit of biochemistry, because you are using nutrients in the fertilizers. Apart from that, seed companies, nowadays a lot of companies are manufacturing such seeds that are disease resistant, and so on and so forth. Which people are employed in these areas? Biotechnology students are employed. So agriculture again is a very leading area in which you can apply. Environmental sciences, my word. You see, Indian government is spending so much on cleanliness nowadays. आपने सुना होगा स्वच्छ भारत, सुना है नहीं सुना? I believe every one of you would be knowing that a huge amount of government money is going into Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So how is government spending so much, or why is government spending so much? Because a lot of waste is coming out of our country, and we need to learn how to utilize those wastes, or how to utilize that waste. Of course, environmental science graduates are a source from which the companies hire, but of course biotechnology people are also there who get jobs in this area. So environmental sciences is again a area where you can look forward to jobs. Apart from that, industrial sectors, huge industries are there. For example, let us talk about biocon, leading industry in case of biotechnology. Serum India Limited. Apart from that, Bharat Biotech. Now, Bharat Biotech, of course, became popular in last 5 years only when COVID came, isn't it? Apart from that, there are so many companies that are doing good in biotechnology. If you go to the pharma sector, again, I'm not talking about the industries in core biotechnology only. If you talk about pharmaceutical sciences, you can get employed in pharmaceutical sciences also. For example, Cipla. for example, Ranbaxy, for example, GlaxoSmithKline, for example, Candila. So many companies are there, but the problem is that we are not that much informed. Our approach towards job is wrong. That is the problem. There is no short of opportunities now in India. I'll be backing each and everything with solid data. I have data for each and everything. I'll show it to you. And then you can assume that how India is growing in terms of biotechnology. Now, current trends and innovations. If you are interested in doing research, if you are fascinated by research, CRISPR technology. I don't know how many of you know CRISPR technology, right? So CRISPR, I believe in 2020, Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuel Charpentier got the Nobel Prize for developing CRISPR technology. Any lab you see in US, any lab you see in Europe, the molecular biology labs are using CRISPR technology for gene editing. Now, if you are interested in that, you can target such labs where CRISPR technology is being used. Your career graph would be like this because very few people as of now are experts of CRISPR technology. So target those areas which have lesser competition. Apart from that, gene therapy. I already told you the use of CRISPR in gene therapy and renewable biofuels. Now, I am sure that many of you would be knowing about renewable biofuels. Do you know about the National Biofuel Policy of India? So India introduced National Biofuel Policy in 2018. 2018, as far as I'm able to recall. Correct me if I'm wrong. The National Biofuel Policy was introduced in India in 2018. And what did the policy say? It said that now India before this policy was using 10% ethanol blend. That means in our petrol, we were using 10% ethanol. But now we would be by 2028 or something like that, or 2025, I'm not very sure, that 20% ethanol blend will be used. Which people do you think will be employed in these areas to synthesize biofuels or to what do you say, to do the experiments regarding biofuels? Can the 20% ethanol blend function well? Biotechnology students will be employed in these companies. So that means गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव भी बहुत बड़ा होने जा रहा है 2018 के बाद, 2018 के बाद, नेशनल बायोफ्यूल पॉलिसी आने के बाद वी कैन सी द चेंज इन द यूज ऑफ द रिन्यूएबल बायोफ्यूल्स. आपको जान करके हैरानी होगी, नॉट ओनली इन पेट्रोल बट इन डीजल ऑल्सो वी आर एमिंग फॉर 5% ब्लेंड. कौन करेगा ये? बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के स्टूडेंट्स ही तो करेंगे, लाइफ साइंस के स्टूडेंट्स ही तो करेंगे. बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पीपल और लाइफ साइंस पीपल विल बी एम्प्लॉयड टू डू दिस. So we should be focusing upon these areas which do not have that much of competition. या जिनके बारे में स्टूडेंट्स को पता नहीं. So I'm telling you that you can just take photographs and you can plan your studies or you can plan your approach accordingly. Let us move on to a little bit of data. I told you that I would be backing up my statements with data. India biotechnology industry is projected to grow with $63 billion in 2019. 2019 में इतना था. And now it is growing. 2025 में estimated at $150 billion. That means आप देख रहे हो 2 times से भी ज्यादा ग्रोथ हुई है बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इंडस्ट्री में. इन solely in India I'm talking about. It is growing by more than 2 times. सिर्फ और सिर्फ 6 years के span में we have doubled our growth. Talking leave about India, talk about the global aspect of biotechnology. So the market is projected to reach 2.44 trillion at the end of 2028, and it is one of the fastest growing sectors क्योंकि compound annual growth rate जो CAGR होता है किसी भी for any sector that you want to know, the compound annual growth rate is about 15.83%. That means biotechnology is growing by leaps and bounds. But you have to be aware. You have to be, you have to grab opportunities with both of your hands. Coming to the next point, career opportunities in biotechnology. आपको पता है आज की डेट में India's biotechnology sector is expected to create 2.5 to 3 million jobs annually. आज के सिनेरियो की बात है. This is the present scenario. After the BJP government took over, उसके बाद से बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, अभी मैं आपको बताऊंगा, you might have heard about B3C. Abhi, I'll be telling you that the leading the new what do you say, the new policy that has been introduced with respect to biotechnology by government of India. I'll be telling you that also. As of now, 2.5 to 3 million jobs annually are created. Globally, 3.5 million people are working in biotechnology sector. Now, इतना तो बताया. Now, where can we apply? देखिए, QA, QC, quality assurance and quality control sector is a big place where you can apply. My students, the students who I have taught in past have secured good jobs in PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Britannia, Parle Agro, Bisleri. There are so many areas where students who I personally know have got jobs. Why? Because quality assurance and quality control is a big field where you can apply. Why? Every company, let us say PepsiCo or you say Coca-Cola or you say Britannia, they have employed people who will check the quality of the product that they are producing. वहाँ पे क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस की भी जरूरत पड़ती है, क्वालिटी कंट्रोल की भी जरूरत पड़ती है. तो स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम हैविंग बैकग्राउंड फ्रॉम बीटेक बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, from biochemistry, from microbiology background, students can apply in these fields. Or every now and then, if you check out Biotechnica website, if you check out Help Biotech websites, or you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, you will see that I tell about the jobs that are coming in the market every now and then through my video lectures. So you should be subscribing to websites such as Biotechnica. Apart from that, Help Biotech. Apart from that, you can be a part of different Telegram groups, different WhatsApp groups, which communicate to you the different job opportunities. So these are some of the very leading companies to which you can apply to. ठीक, तो ये कहानी हुई. Now let us talk about academia, industry, and government. Many of you might be interested in academia. When I say academia, what do I mean? I mean that you are interested in the domain of lecturership, or you want to become a professor, an assistant professor, something like that. What are the requirements of becoming an assistant professor in India? See, if you want to become an assistant professor in India, PhD is required. Many students ask me, sir, I am a bachelor student, I am a master's student, can I apply to a job of assistant professor? No, you cannot. Of course, a master's students can apply, but they have to have the net, CSIR net examination. They should have qualified that. But according to my experience, I do not recommend students to do PhD in India. Why? Because a lot of time is required. Still, that particular area needs a lot of improvement if I am interested, if I am talking about India. Just give me a minute. Yeah, sorry. So if you are interested in the academia job, then you must have a PhD degree. PhD degree. I would recommend doing PhD from a abroad country. You can go for US, you can go for UK, you can go for Europe. Because in my personal opinion, there if you are doing your PhD, that would require comparatively less time. Apart from that, the fellowship that you would be getting would be far more than the fellowship that you would be getting in India. That is why I promote students to apply for abroad PhD positions. Apart from that, if you have an exposure from an abroad university or from a foreign university, then definitely you would be getting an edge over the students who have done their PhD from India. That is the bitter truth of the academia industry. So this is about academia. I would be talking about the examinations that you can give. For example, if you are a student of bachelor's, suppose you are a student of BSc. अगर आप BSc के स्टूडेंट हो, Which examination do you give? कौन सा examination आप देना चाहोगे? You can go for IIT JAM. You can go for GAT B. You can go for GATE biotechnology examinations. So these, apart from that, you can go for CUET exam. These are the examinations that you can go for if you are a BSc student, BSc biotechnology. If I tell about BTech students, BTech students कौन से exam दे सकते हैं? For, of course, for going into the MTech. BTech students should be targeting GATE examination, GATE BT, or they can also give GATE Excel. यहाँ पर भी they can give GATE BT and Excel also. BTech students are eligible to give the CSIR exam directly. That means if you are completed your BTech or you are in your final year of BTech, then also you can give your CSIR examination. BTech students are free to do that. Apart from that, in India, now a recent trend has developed that BTech students are eligible to directly go for PhD. That means they do not need to go for MTech, but that is in a very preliminary stage. Many colleges, of course, they write that BTech students are eligible to do a PhD directly, but actually they do not take students from BTech background. They would always prefer from MTech background. Apart from that, you can go for CSIR institutes, you can go for IITs, you can go for NITs. All of these are premier institutes if you want to do PhD in India. But my personal opinion would be to go for PhD abroad because PhD positions are fully funded. If you go for US, the PhD positions are fully funded. पूरी की पूरी scholarship आपको मिलती है. Each and every, you do not have to pay anything. Apart from that, you can save a lot of money if you're going to US. India has a tax treaty also with US if you are not aware about that. Tax treaty है India और US के बीच में. Same thing can be done for Germany also. Germany is in Europe. Switzerland, Germany, France. ये बहुत अच्छी अच्छी countries हैं where you can go for PhD abroad. Now, so ये हो गया. Private companies I've already told you about. कि pharma companies and there are many pharma companies. There are many agriculture companies that I've already told you about. Now, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स मुझसे पूछते हैं सर व्हाट आर द इमर्जिंग एरियाज ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. देखिए, global bioinformatics, I'm going to talk about bioinformatics primarily over here because many students would be from bioinformatics background that are present over here. The global bioinformatics market was valued at 10.1 billion in 2020 and it is expected to grow to 18.2 billion by 2027. So just in 7 years, the bioinformatics branch has grown to such an extent. आपको पता हो ना, when I went to US or when I went to Netherlands, these countries, if they are having a wet lab, अगर इनके पास यहाँ पे कोई कोई भी lab होगा ना, in a wet lab definitely there will be a bioinformatician employed. पक्की बात है. Because what they do is when they publish their research, they always want their wet lab data to be verified by the dry lab data. हमेशा they would want कि उनका wet lab का data जो है वो bioinformatics के data से verify हो जाए. तो they always have a bioinformatician, whether it is a postdoctoral fellow, whether he or she is a PhD fellow, वो वहाँ पे रहेगा. And they get a very high salary over there. Most of the times they get good salary than the wet lab people. The bioinformaticians get good salary. Apart from that, आजकल तो many जो companies इस तरीके की है, the companies that are in a private sector are also hiring. आपने देखा होगा, little while ago I was sharing one of the videos in which Reliance was hiring bioinformatics students. So India is the third largest producers of vaccine and expected to lead $70 billion global vaccine market by 2025. So again, there is another area that is vaccine development. जब कोरोना हुआ, just after corona, we were the ones who were making the vaccines with such high rates, and not only we were, our people were using those vaccines, but we were exporting the vaccines outside also. Such was the condition. So vaccine development is also on a boom in India. If you get a job, if you get a position in vaccine development or in a company like that, you should always opt for that. Now, I told you about bioinformatics. Bioinformatics has a great demand, not only in India, but abroad also, more abroad. Why? Because every lab over there has a bioinformatician. You can always apply to those. Synthetic biology. What do you mean by synthetic biology? Synthetic biology basically aims, suppose I am aiming at designing or manipulating certain microorganisms that can now utilize some waste products. Since I told you that India is so much into the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, ki we or the labs basically they require synthetic biology people who can do manipulations with the genome, uh, who can modify organisms to work for their own benefit. नेक्स्ट, क्रिस्पर एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड मेडिसिन. डू यू नो, आज की डेट में इफ यू टॉक अबाउट एनजीएस, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन सीक्वेंसिंग, और इससे पहले कौन सी सीक्वेंसिंग थी? यू माइट बी नोइंग दैट सैंगर सीक्वेंसिंग वाज मोस्ट मोर प्रेवलेंट. But after the Human Genome Project completing in around 2003, 2005, उस समय क्या हुआ? There was a paradigm shift towards the next generation sequencing. आज के डेट में we are using the next generation sequencing. And believe me or not, in just 10 years or so, we would be moving on to personalized medicines. In US, this concept is prevalent now also. Personalized medicine वहाँ पे अभी भी ये concept पे काम चल रहा है. What do you mean by personalized medicine? Personalized medicines mean that for myself, if I'm suffering from flu, I would be given one particular medicine, and if you are suffering from flu, you would be given another medicine altogether because of our genome, because of what डीएनए वी हैव. तो हम दोनों को अलग अलग दवाएं दी जा सकती हैं. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज पर्सनलाइज्ड मेडिसिन. अ लॉट ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पीपल आर going into the areas of personalized medicine. I recently saw in Apollo hospital, there was a JRF position for this personalized medicine only. So you see, these new branches are also entering in India. But we have to be watchful what is coming. We have to be aware about the opportunities. Opportunities are there, but only for those people who have keen eyes for them. Next, what are the technical skills that are required for getting a good job opportunities? Let us say bioinformatics. All of you, I would recommend everyone to at least learn Python. Learn Python. Python सीखिए. Whether you are from BSc background, BTech background, PhD, you do not, if you are not aware about Python, you should learn it. There are many courses. Let us say Coursera. Coursera देखा होगा आप लोगों ने. You might have seen the website, you might have seen the courses, and many of you would be yes. I'll be telling you that. My YouTube channel name is Instant Biology by Dr. Neelab. Instant Biology by Dr. Neelab. So you would get all of this information over there also. Job opportunities, everything. I'll be posting over there. Yeah. So yes, MSc students, I'll be telling, don't worry. Okay. See, so सभी लोगों को कम से कम I would recommend you that learn Python. It is available on Coursera website. University of Manchester, I believe, is doing that. University of Manchester का है course. You can go and watch that. आप उसको सीखिए because in every whatever positions are advertised ना, जहाँ भी जो भी position advertise होती है, the problem is that they want a lot of things. बहुत सारी चीजें उनको चाहिए होती हैं. तो you should broaden your area. That I am good at this. So you should learn Python, at least in bioinformatics. Apart from that, I would suggest if you are a BSc student, MSc student, BTech student, MTech student, try and do as many research internships as you can. Research internships. Gain as much research experience as you want. जितना रिसर्च एक्सपीरियंस गेन करोगे, जो भी जॉब आएगी. यू हैव सीन अ स्पाइडर, राइट? एक स्पाइडर देखा होगा, उसका वेब इतना बड़ा होता है. द स्पाइडर इज सिटिंग एट वन कॉर्नर, बट द वेब इज दिस मच. सो एनीथिंग, एनी इंसेक्ट इज कमिंग इन टुवर्ड्स द पोजीशन, टुवर्ड्स द स्पाइडर, इट गेट्स caught in that web. The spider need not be there, but it has created a web. So create a web around yourself. You should be good at a lot of things. Suppose I am good at fax, I am good at electrophoresis, I am good at NMR, I am good at XRD, I am good at, let us say, Python. मेरे पास इतनी टेक्निक्स है, कौन सी जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी आएगी जो मैं नहीं जा सकता, जिसमें I cannot apply. The problem is the mindset. The biggest problem with Indian students is that they do not want to pursue different things. They take a lot of load of college only. College will go on, but it's not that college will give you job. You will have to search the job for yourself. So try and meet many points, try and land different research opportunities. IITs mein, NITs mein, you can go for abroad opportunities. I, on a daily basis on my YouTube channel, I tell students that this internship opportunity is there, this research opportunity is there. Now also, Australian government internship opportunity is available. You can check my YouTube channel and you can apply to that internship opportunity. बहुत कुछ है यार. You just have to be aware. चलो, soft skills, communication, teamwork. Nowadays, introvert people are not required in any job. You have to be outspoken. That means you need to sell yourself. For any job opportunity, आपको खुद को sell करना आना चाहिए. I would not be taking for, if I am conducting a job interview for my company, I would not want to take anyone who is an introvert, because introverts would not be a good team leader. He or she would not be able to give proper assignments to each and everyone in the team. I would want a team leader for my company. That is why try and be outspoken. Try and sell your qualities. Try and speak for yourself. तो ही आप अपनी जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल हो सकते हो. ठीक है. And learn to work in collaborative environments. That means try to be a team worker, try to be a team leader. ठीक. Now, talking about job profiles and functions, India's biotechnology segment employs around 300,000 people directly and 800,000 people indirectly. The global demand for biotechnology professionals is projected to rise by 5 to 10% annually. Biotechnology की field में the recession is not coming as of now. You might see in CS. देखिए आप Google ने कितने लोगों को निकाला. Facebook kicked out so many individuals. It's not happening with biotechnology companies as of now because biotechnology is slowly rising. समझ में आ रहा है? Now, researchers. Yes. Python is basically, you can always learn Python from Coursera. I had taken the course. I could not complete it because of my over busy schedules. But yes, the professor on the Coursera was very, very nice. That university was Manchester, I believe. I'm not very sure. You can search on Coursera. Okay. So researchers, bioengineers, regulatory specialists are all in great demands. Researchers, bioengineers, basically bioprocess engineering, highly in demand. You go for Biocon, आप Biocon देख लीजिए. You go for companies that are into beer manufacturing companies, for example, Kingfisher, for example, Hayward's, for example, Hindustan Unilever. They will always go for bioprocess engineering people. Many of my students have gone into ICT Mumbai, Institute of Chemical Technology Mumbai, in the bioprocess engineering branch. They always tell me that almost the placements there are very good. That means the companies, the core biotechnology, the core bioprocess companies, they come in the campus and hire people. So that is one college that you can opt for if you have a dream if you have a dream of working in bioprocess engineering. Clinical trials manager. You might be knowing about the SRM University. Many of you would be from South India. So SRM University has a stem cell clinical trial institute or something like that. I had made recently a video that I don't know how many JRF and SRF opportunities were there, but there were many JRF and SRF opportunities for working in that stem cell clinical trials institute or something like that. So if you are interested in that area, that is also open. That is what I want to tell you. Now, be connected with professional organizations. Now, there are so many professional organizations. For example, if I talk about ISPE, International Society for Pharmaceutical Engineering, ASBMB, for example, American Society for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Okay. What are these societies? Of Biotechnology Society of India. What are these societies? These societies, if you connect with these societies, they have a good alumni background. And those alumni, because they would be connected with different jobs, or because they would themselves be serving in different job opportunities. So you can always connect with them. You can always ask for their help. So you should be connected to organizations that are leading in your areas. Apart from that, attend conferences, attend webinars, because these are the places you from where you would be knowing that what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. Try and attend international conferences. There are so many funds that Indian government gives to only attend international conferences. You can believe I got 3 times, I am a fellowship holder of ICMR, of DBT, and of CSIR. Every time my visit to any foreign country was paid by Indian government. So such is the expenditure level that Indian government does, but we have our eyes shut towards that. You can avail different opportunities. Okay, next. So this is the thing. Next, moving on to the next thing, writing a biotechnology specific CV. What do I mean when I say biotechnology specific CV? So I told you that I get number of CVs on a daily basis for job opportunities. But students even do not care to see that who is the owner of the company, whether he is a male or whether he is a female. They do not care. They write, "Dear ma'am, please find my CV attached herewith." Now, these are some of the very basic things that you should be aware about. If you are applying to a company, just check the person who you are applying to. ये तो पता होना चाहिए ना. If you are writing to a to someone like, "Dear ma'am, please find my CV," definitely the person would think कि this guy is not serious about applying to the job. This is just he or she is mailing to number of people the same CV. तो क्या फायदा है? I would not be interested in someone of this insincere nature. I do not reply back to these kind of people. Next thing is, जब भी आप CV के लिए लिख रहे हो, CV बना रहे हो अपना, suppose I am preparing a CV for, let us say, a pharmaceutical job. Because I'm a biotechnology person, I am applying for a pharmaceutical job. Let us say there is a job in Cipla. What I would do, will I send the regular CV to Cipla? By if there are different job opportunities, I should modify my CV according to the job opportunity to which I am applying. Suppose there is a pharmaceutical job opportunity, I would showcase those properties that are more related towards the pharmaceutical area. Suppose I have done a training in drug designing, I would be trying to showcase that property to the what do you say, to the employer, so that he can at least shortlist my CV and go for and at least hire me, or at least give me a chance for the interview. ठीक है. So this, I would want to tell you that modify your CV according to the needs of the job. Suppose I want to apply for a bioprocess engineering job. I would want to showcase my those qualities that are good for bioprocess engineering. Do not have the same CV for all the job opportunities. Please do not do that. That is a really bad thing. That gives a really, really bad impression. Apart from that, suppose you are applying to a professor. The area that professor works on is, let us say ki he or she works on the fungal biology. Suppose he or she works in fungal biology, and you in your CV are writing that I am interested in drug designing. My area of research is drug designing. So why are you applying to a fungal biology person? This gives a very, very bad impression. You should not do that. Try and modify your CV. Try and modify your cover letter according to the job that you are applying to. So customize CV for different roles. That is the first thing that I have written over here. You should not have the same CV for every role. Okay. Key components of the CV should be summary, skills, and experience. You should always mention that experience that is more relevant to that job opportunity. Apart from that, those skills that are more relevant. After all, you should be summarizing all the properties that you are having, you are mentioning. You should summarize them in, let us say, 4 to 5 lines. That is what you should be doing. Tailoring CV for research roles. I have seen students applying for research roles because we have a program called as UDAN program, in which we guide students for abroad opportunities. So I see students that whenever they are applying to the abroad opportunities, you have to check out the lab to which you are applying. Many of you would be from MSc background, isn't it? Someone commented also that I am from MSc background, what I should be doing. If you are from MSc background and you are looking for PhD opportunities abroad, you should be knowing about the laboratory that you are aiming to apply to. And you should be also reading about the research papers that they have published. Only then you would be able to mail them. Only then you will be able to write a proper cover letter, and then only you would be able to uh, convince them that yes, you are the suitable person for that particular job. ठीक है. तो highlight your publications, research experience if you are applying for a abroad opportunity, or maybe for Indian opportunity also, if you are interested in PhD or postdoc opportunities. Okay. So this is what I have over here. Mistakes to avoid in a biotechnology CV. Avoid generic CVs. This is the first thing that I mentioned to you. Do not, जब भी आप किसी प्रोफेसर को लिख रहे हो, तो either write a doctor or either write professor. Never write Mr. This again shows your insincerity. ये दिखा रहा है कि you are not even willing to learn that this person is having a doctorate degree. So that will go against you. Apart from that, tailor your CV to each job applications, avoiding a one size fit all approach that does not address the role's requirement. ठीक, तो ये हो गया. Apart from that, try and project those features. Suppose I was able to reduce the lab costs by 15%. This is a this is my USP, because I was able to cut the lab demands or cut the lab funds by 15%. मुझे कम ज़रूरत पड़ी. Apart from that, if you have published papers, try and bring that to the notice of the professor whom you are applying to. Suppose I have published 3 research articles, 3 peer-reviewed papers. Do not mention I have some research articles. I've published some research articles. This some will not give a very good impression. This would give an impression that you are not very serious about uh, the articles that you have published. You do not even know that which articles you have published. Have a good idea about which articles you are publishing. Write them. Write the name of the article. Write the impact factor in which the journal impact factor in which they were published. Okay. Crafting a strong cover letter. Now, this is a very, very big problem with students from India. Whenever they are applying to any job opportunity, be it in India, be it in abroad, they do not write the cover letters. They just send CV, they just write a mail having a body just like that, and they send the mail to the professor. You should draft a proper cover letter in which you should be stating that I saw this job opportunity on the website or on your LinkedIn profile, or let us say on your uh, anywhere, and I am very interested in this opportunity. I have this background. I would want to apply for this opportunity. For this, I am sending you my CV, something like this. This should be mentioned in your cover letter. Only then it will give a good impression to the employer that yes, you are interested, really interested in this job. I went to Stanford a little while ago. I was there at Stanford University. I asked a professor over there, how many mails do you get a day? He said 100 to 150 emails a day he's getting. And do you think he would be reading each and every email? He'll just be opening it. He'll just be seeing the first few lines. And these guys are so experienced that they will not read any further just after 2, 3 lines. 100 to 150 emails this fellow is getting daily. And most of them are from India and China. See? So such is the level of competition. So I want to make sure that you should be having all the qualities that would land you into a job. Okay. So this was about the cover letter that I would actually want you to make. Job search strategies. Now in India, many people are not using the LinkedIn to the extent that it should be used up to. LinkedIn is a professional website wherein you can showcase your interests, your academic qualifications, or suppose you are in need of a job, you can write down that this field I am into and I want a job. Many people respond. I've seen many people responding to such kind of messages. So LinkedIn is a very nice website. If you do not have an account on that, you should make an account and try using it more often. Apart from that, networks. If you find a professor that is having a similar research area to yours, you should draft a mail, you should write a mail to him or her that, yes, sir, I came across your profile. This, I read your this paper, and I am having a similar kind of a research background. If you are having any opportunities at your end, it would be great if you could tell me something like that. Just try and build up a network. Try and go to seminars, conferences in India and abroad, because those are the best places where you can get insights from the best people in the market in your research field. I had, since I told you that I have been to multiple conferences during my PhD, I got to interact with many such professors, many such uh, PIs who gave me a good idea about how you should write or how you should build your own company or how you should go about doing research during my PhD itself. So that gives a good exposure, because those people are the leading people in their own fields. So you should do that. So networks, I told you, LinkedIn, I told you, cold mailing, I have already told you that if you are even not aware about the professor, अगर आपको प्रोफेसर के बारे में नहीं भी पता है, then also write a cold mail to him. If you see a job, if you see an HR, जिसमें जिस कंपनी में suppose you are interested, you find a HR email on the LinkedIn or somewhere else, try writing a mail to them, try writing a cold mail to them. What if they reply? हो सकता है उनके पास कोई opportunity हो. Maybe they could apply, maybe they could reply to you and tell you that, yes, 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 you can apply to this. That might also lead you to a job. Now, preparing for biotechnology interviews. I have been conducting mock interviews in my company for the abroad positions under the UDAN program. So what I see is that in India, whenever you are giving an interview, the interview is of a different type. In India, biotechnology interviews are more related to the bookish knowledge. Suppose one of my friends gave the interview for a very, very renowned institute, IIT, one of the IITs. Do you know what did they ask for the faculty interview? They asked that, define the pH. Now, this kind of a question will not be asked in any faculty interview in US or UK or any abroad place, because over there is a different mindset. They would want you to tell about your research. They would want you to discuss about what is your vision. Where will you take this institute after, let us say, 5 years or so? But if you are giving an interview in India, you should be focused upon the bookish knowledge also. You should be learning about the basic definitions also. I would give you an example. I was at BHU IIT, and I got to see an interview. In the interview, the uh, in a different college, not in BHU IIT, I got to see an interview. Uh, in that interview, the interviewer asked that, define the three laws of Mendel. So is the these are the things that would be asked in the interview in India, but it will be a different kind of an interview when you are applying for abroad positions. So common interview questions, properly research them. Your approach should be problem solving. Try and give the idea to an interviewer that, yes, you have a problem solving approach. You are a troubleshooter by heart. कोई भी problem आएगी तो you would be the first one to raise hand and to solve that problem. That are the qualities that interviewers look for. Okay. Yes. So star method is one of the methods that you can utilize for answering questions. So in biotechnology field, what you can do is, suppose you are asked a question, a hypothetical question, or let us say they ask you, have you faced any problem in your research up till now, or have you faced any problem wherein you were tested and how did you come out of it? That is the general question that is asked in biotechnology field. During your research, during your bachelor's, during your master's, did you have, because in bachelor's and master's also we conduct the dissertation part, did you face any difficulty and what did you do to come out from that difficulty? Now you can use the star approach for that. Star means create a situation. T means basically you can define a task, that this was the task, our team suffered this kind of a setback. We were not able to do this. The deadlines were very near. We were not able to achieve the results that we wanted to get. Again, what action we took? हमने क्या किया इसके लिए? Suppose we we did a meeting with all the different departments, and then we finalized a particular protocol which might work in this particular case. So इस तरीके से define किया, and finally we were getting the results. So this kind of approach is mostly appreciated by different people in the life science background. Specifically, I have heard this from an individual who gave the Biocon interview recently, and who qualified that. One of my students got into INTAS. Some of uh, the question was framed in such a way that he had to design a situation, and he had to project that what he would be doing and what results would he be getting. This kind of a thing was asked in the INTAS interview also, and in the Biocon interview also. So you should be expecting those kind of things. Now, follow up after interview. फॉलो अप इज एक्सट्रीमली नेसेसरी. आई कम अक्रॉस स्टूडेंट्स हु ऑलवेज से कि सर मैंने तो प्रोफेसर को अप्लाई किया था बट उन्होंने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया. मैंने तो मेल किया था बट उन्होंने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया. दे डिड नॉट रिप्लाई बैक. आई टोल्ड यू that professors get 100 to 150 mails a day. They would not be replying to all the mails. You have to make your email look in such a way that it should be outstanding. From the first line itself, it should be projecting to the professor that yes, you are very interested in this job opportunity. Only then he or she will be reading your email and would be replying to that email. तभी reply करेंगे, otherwise they would not be replying to that. तो कोशिश करिए. And suppose you have not got the reply, 7 days तक wait करना चाहिए. This is what I follow. Suppose you are messaging to a professor, or let us say to a company, or let us say to an HR, and you have waited for 7 days, the reply did not come. What you can do is you can write it in such a way that, uh, hello ma'am, hello sir, such and such, I had applied to your company on this date, but uh, unfortunately I have not got any replies. Can you please update me the status? The follow up mail should be very very polite. It should not be something like that ki you are such a bad person that you have not replied to my mail. It should not be projecting like that. You should be very polite while you are asking for a follow up mail. बहुत जरूरी है ये. जब भी उनका रिप्लाई आ जाता है तो you should be sending a thank you email that yes, suppose they are saying that yes, I have received your CV, I will look into it, something like that. Always send a thank you mail. Thank you sir, you save time out of your busy schedule and send me a mail, something like that. But अगर आपने आज अप्लाई किया, प्लीज डू नॉट सेंड अ फॉलो अप मेल टुमारो. Nobody has that much of time. I personally do not appreciate things like that. Now, coming to biotechnology internships and fellowships. Every, अगर मैं आपसे बोलूं, just in the past 2 weeks or so, 2 हफ्ते की बात करूं, I'm just talking about 2 weeks. Food FSSAI Authority, Food Safety Authority of India has, sorry, FSSAI is a different organization. FCI, Food Corporation of India, ONGC. These agencies have announced their internship, and also this Niti Ayog. Niti Ayog. In just a period of 14 days or something like that, these all organizations have advertised their internship opportunities. Some of them are paid internships. This FCI is a paid internship. And many of them are unpaid internship, but you do not have to pay any fees for them. This is the biggest good thing. Many of the institutions, they charge fees for internship. But you should always look for, apart from that, ISRO also offers fellowships, internship opportunities. So you can always look in that area also. So if you are subscribed to my channel, you would be easily getting informations on these domains also. Apart from this, IIT Bombay has recently advertised the Research Fellowship Awards. I forgot to tell you about the Science Academy Fellowships. Science Academy. INSA, NASI, you might be knowing about those science academies, and combinedly and altogether 3 science academies have published their notification just I believe, let us say 7 days ago or something like that, the deadline would be there. You can check out the eligibility criteria on my website, on my YouTube channel. So India has more than 5,000 biotech startups expected to reach 10,000 by 2025. Globally, there are 10,000 biotech startups offering numerous internship opportunities. Importance of internships. Now, अभी मैंने आपको एफएसएससीआई के बारे में बताया, ओएनजीसी के बारे में बताया. If you are doing an internship, let us say a government internship or let us say a private internship also, you would please please shut please switch off your mics. I can hear the noise of mic from somewhere. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So if you are attaining these internship opportunities, definitely you would get the exposure. You would get the benefit of working with different scientists and working with different research scholars, and you would be more having more and more idea about this biotechnology field and how you can get more opportunities, thing like that. Okay, now coming to higher education pathways for career growth. I've already told you a little bit about this, that in India, the number of PhD enrollments in biotechnology has increased by 20% in the last decade. Apart from this, from India also, number of students are going from going to Australia, going to US, going to UK, going to Europe. Recently, I had published interviews from different students who have completed their masters from Germany, from many students who are pursuing their PhD from Australia, some students who are pursuing their masters from Taiwan. So I published these interviews so that every student can get an idea that yes, this is the domain, this in this area I can work with. So these are the PhD and the postdoc opportunities that you can always look into. If you get into a good IIT, if you get into a good NIT or ICERS, there is a good networking opportunity, or the, what do you say, alumni network over there. Those people can guide you how you can apply to abroad opportunities. Of course, if you have any queries regarding the abroad opportunities, I'll always be there. You can connect me on LinkedIn, connect to me on LinkedIn, or you can also connect with me on the YouTube channel itself. So this is not required. This is what I wanted to talk about. This is the latest development in the field of biotechnology in India. Bio E3 policy. This is environment, ethics, and economy. Now, Indian government is planning to introduce or has introduced this Bio E3 policy. Basically, this policy is aiming to foster the growth of the Indian biotech sector while addressing ethical environmental considerations. Now, these are the key features. For example, we are more focusing on the sustainable biotechnology, ethical practices in biotechnology, robust bioeconomy through public-private sector partnerships. That means there will be a collaborative opportunities that will be available in the future, wherein the private and the public sectors will be working hand in hand. So what is the impact? There will be a huge economic growth and environmental sustainability because of this Bio E3 policy of India. Now, basically, I have told you what things I would want in a CV. I told you what you should be doing in order to increase your networking, how you should be drafting an email if you want to email a professor, what or which companies you should be going for, which examinations you should be giving if you are a BSc BTech student. I have talked about these things. If you have any queries, you can talk to me or you can connect with me on this email ID. This is my contact number. Apart from that, many of you asked for my YouTube channel also. So you can search for Instant Biology by Dr. Neela. You can search for this and you would be getting my channel on YouTube. So this was all about what I wanted to talk about. The session is open for question and answers. You can ask your questions if you want. If you
So,
have any, yeah.
actually, I wanted to know, like you were telling about the lab techniques. As a
Mhm.
biotechnology student, lab techniques is something very important to be mentioned in a CV. Where
Yes.
exactly can we find like hands-on lab technique training? Because generally in colleges we don't get that experience. So where can we
Yeah.
find that kind of experience as bachelor students?
Okay, so Tanya, I would want to ask you, what are you currently pursuing, BSc or BTech?
I am pursuing BSc Biotechnology, Genetics, and Biochemistry.
Okay. So see, uh, let us talk one by one. Let us talk about the CSIR Institute. CSIR institutes have recently started their skill development initiative. Skill development initiative. So there is an institute in Lucknow, IITR, Indian Institute of Toxicological Research. I have seen multiple advertisements from this institute about their skill development initiative, and they every now and then they are creating workshops, hands-on training workshops, wherein they teach different techniques. So recently, I saw, uh, if I'm not wrong, they were publicizing a workshop related to electron microscopy. Little while ago, I saw NMR workshop being conducted over there, right? So you can search for CSIR interns. You can always go for search for CSIR skill initiative. So in that, I believe you would be getting the required thing. So not only CSIR, if you recently IITs have also started to provide summer internship and winter internship also. So, if I'm not wrong, IIT Jodhpur, and also IIT Indore. In IIT Indore, they offer paid internships. So if you get selected, the competition is very high, but if you get selected, you get paid internships. So if you subscribe to my channel, I every now and then, if you just if you haven't subscribed, subscribe it. You if you scroll through my channels, you will see that every internship that is advertised by IIT or by NIT or ICERS or by CSIR, I try and tell about that to students. सो आप ये कम से कम टारगेट कर सकती है, स्किल इनिशिएटिव डेवलपमेंट इनिशिएटिव टारगेट करिए, और आईआईटीज की जो इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं दैट यू शुड एटलीस्ट टारगेट. डिड आई मेक सेंस?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any further questions? If you want to ask, you can ask me.
Hello, sir.
Hi, what is your name? Please mention your name.
Rakshan from Biotechnology, BTech Biotechnology, sir. As you said,
Oh.
the bioinformatics sector is growing well.
Hmm.
What are the skills we should hone in bioinformatics as well as software like molecular docking or next generation gene sequencing and personalized medicine? What are the skills we require, sir, and what are the internship we must do?
Yes, good question. I wanted to talk about that. Basically, I had written this in my slide also, but unfortunately, because of the shortage of time, I skipped it. Bioinformatics, as I said, is a very booming field. A lot of opportunities are there in abroad, a lot of opportunities are there in India, but you should have the right skills. For example, one such example, I told you that you should be very good in languages, in coding. Many of the Indian students, they have the bioinformatics degree, they study it as a subject, but they are not very good at coding. So being a bioinformatics student, specifically if I'm talking for abroad opportunities, you should be very good at coding. You should know how to write codes in BioPython. Apart from that, exome sequence, whole genome sequencing, exome sequencing, next generation sequencing, and this uh, this GWAS, this genome wide analysis. This also you should be knowing. RNA sequencing, this sequencing and get and analyzing the sequencing data. This should be your primary aim. That how you can develop that, because sequencing is the next big thing. Huge amount of data is coming from different aspects of biotechnology, be it proteomics, be it genomics, be it metabolomics. Every area is giving huge chunks of data every second. So people who can analyze that data are in very high demand. So develop these skills, and I'm sure you would be getting a good opportunity in this bioinformatics field. Did I make myself clear? Yes, any other questions that you guys have? If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Good evening, sir. This is Akshita. Am I audible?
Yeah, Akshita, tell me.
So while applying for jobs, a lot of PIs only mention not specific skills that they want. They'll only mention we want microbiology skills or mammalian cell culture skills or molecular biology skills in general. So for that matter, should we specify any particular skills under those categories or just molecular biology techniques, etc. Just like that?
No, no. You should be specifying. You should be writing like this. Suppose you have done a training in microbiology or in molecular biology. So mention that I have undergone a training for, let us say, 6 months in molecular biology from such and such institute. And in that particular training, I learned, in bracket, you can write, I learned, let us say, electrophoresis. I learned, let us say, DNA extraction, RNA extraction, and things like that. You can mention that in bracket, because the scientist will read your profile and then only will shortlist you for the interview. If you do not mention it properly, again, the chances of you getting shortlisted will be again narrowed down. So try and project and try and tell as many things as possible about yourself. Try and sell your skills. Did you understand my point? समझ पाए आप?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yes. Is there any other question that anyone would want to ask?
Sir,
Okay. Yeah.
sir, can we start a personalized medicine startup company, sir, in India?
Personalized medicine requires a lot of capital in the beginning, right? Because personalized medicine has just started in India. I told you that recently I saw one job opportunity in, I don't remember correctly, I believe it was Apollo Hospitals, where they were hiring a JRF or something like that for the personalized medicine. But in my opinion, starting a personalized medicine startup in India would be extremely costly affair. You would be requiring a lot of fund upfront only. And yes, agreeing that India has many such organizations that would be funding you, but since it is a comparatively a newer field in India, I would not want to spend so much of money in unknown waters. Did you understand my point? So I would want to
Yes, sir.
invest something uh, um, in something that is much more safe for me, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Apart from that, I would also want to tell you that EdiGlobe itself is offering multiple programs. For example, in genetic engineering, EdiGlobe offers a program. In bioinformatics, also EdiGlobe offers a program in which I would be mentoring for genetic engineering and bioinformatics. Apart from that, there are programs related to nanotechnology also, and there are programs related to other fields also. So you can contact EdiGlobe if you want to register in those programs. Ask them about the fees and everything. They would be informing you about that. And if at all you would be interested, then we can meet up some other time. Okay. Apart from that, you can always connect with me personally if you have any queries. This is my detail, and you can connect with me. Okay. So thank you so much. It was pleasure talking to all of you and answering to all of your questions. All the best from my side.